Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Let's start the class. If you have any doubt, just repeat the same thing like previous classes. Type the doubt in the chat box as well as to when I ask you understood, then you can continue saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, sure. We'll start the next part of the living dev world. So yesterday we stopped where we was discussing about what are the properties which differentiate in living and non-living organisms. Okay? Growth, reproduction, interactions between environment and interaction within the organism, irritability, growth, etc. All these are the characters, properties we discussed yesterday. Okay. And today's class will start with biodiversity. Okay. What do you mean by biodiversity? Bio means what? Living organisms. So that living organisms include both the plants as well as animals, even microscopic organisms, microorganisms, right? So the distribution of these organisms on Earth, Earth is a biosphere, the living planet. So the number of species of both plants and animals in the earth, how they are diversified, how they are categorized, how they are distributed. So that we learn under the topic called as biodiversity. Biodiversity. So in the animals, we discuss in your first year syllabus by animal diversity. Animal diversity 1 under invertebrates, animal diversity 2 under vertebrates. We discuss each phylum and different classes and different organisms which comes under the each phylum and the order and the classes. But when you consider about plants, so when you consider about plants, in the plants, you see the different types of plants are algae, fungi, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. So all this comes under plant kingdom. Okay. We can also talk about gymnosperms, angiosperms, bacteria, lichens, etc. Also, all this type of say phylums are present in the kingdom Animalia. Sorry, in the kingdom plant. Okay, mistaken. It was plant kingdom. Okay. So till now, as we are discussing about the botany, till now we it was said that it was estimated that around 1.7 to 1.8 millions of species are present in the plant kingdom. 1.7 to 1.8 million species are present in the plant kingdom. Okay, and nowadays, day by day. The taxonomists or the archaeological department, etc., are discovering new things, new plants, and they also coming to know the extinction of the old species, and they coming to know the discovery of the new species, etc., etc. But nowadays, instead of increasing, the decrease of the species is increasing more. The number count of the species is reducing. Can you say why? Because of hunting, because of deforestation, because of pollution. Okay, so based upon these certain factors, the decrease in the species of the plant kingdom is taking place. Am I audible to everyone? Can you hear? If you can hear properly, type S in the chat box. Okay. No, Qureshi, you cannot hear me. Check out your audio device now. If no, then I will send you the recorded YouTube video. Okay, not an issue. Fine. That's what I said. Those who are having any internet issue, those who cannot hear properly with any internet problem or a server problem, what it might be, this videos are recorded in the uploaded in the YouTube. I will say share the link for you. You can see there. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about the taxonomy. You know what well about taxonomy. Okay. So that is this taxonomy. This character is given by A.P. de Candolle. A.P. de Candolle is the French botanist. He coined the term taxonomy. So what do you mean by taxonomy? Okay, based upon the Greek literature, this taxonomy is given from a Greek literature. Okay, so what do you mean by this taxonomy? Is this word taxonomy is separated into two words, taxo and nomi. Taxo and nomi. Okay, taxo and nomi. So this taxis means what? What is nomos? Taxis means arrangement. Taxis means arrangement. Taxis means arrangement. Nomos means law, means a procedure. Nomos means a procedure according to Greek language, and taxis means arrangement. So putting these words together, we say taxonomy means the law of arrangement, the law or the procedure of arrangement. So how we are going to arrange these things, anything. Taxonomy is affiliated to both botany as well as geology. Okay, so on what basis you are going to characterize, on what basis you are going to characterize this taxonomy or any organism? Okay, so the taxonomy of the organism, both plant and animal, I'm saying, okay, that is referred with these three principles, with these three principles. So what are the principles? Identification, nomenclature, and classification. Okay, identification, nomenclature, and classification. Identification, nomenclature, and classification. Okay, so these are the three principles on which the taxonomy is based. Identification means you are identifying some organisms, a new organism or new species you are identifying. So first you identify it, later you name it, nomenclature, naming. Later on what category it comes, you're classifying it. Okay, this is the three procedures we take in taxonomy. Okay, and one more scientist called Linnaeus, Carolus Linnaeus. So what he has done, this boy is from Sweden. He is a Swedish naturalist. Okay, he called this taxonomy as systematics. He called this taxonomy as systematics, means systematic arrangement. In a systematic arrangement, in an order. Okay. So he said that systematics deals with the study of different kinds of organisms. That's what you are saying. And in the classification, what you do, you learn about different categories of organisms. Right? The same thing he's saying that in the systematics, you study about different kinds of organism. In taxonomy, he said different categories. But in systematics, he put everything in under one umbrella and saying that you're learning about different kinds of organisms in a systematic way. In a systematic way, right? So later, Sir Julian Slay, he also brought into new theory and called it as a new systematics. Okay. New systematic. And when you're learning about this systematics, you're going to learn about the evolutionary relationships between the organisms, from where it has evolved, how what are the changes has been taking place. So on the systematic arrangement and the systematic procedure of an complete knowledge about an organism, you are learning in systematics. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. So we said that the main objectives of the taxonomy are identification, nomenclature, and classification. Let's see one by one. What is identification? What is nomenclature? And what is classification? Here, the identification is the first step of taxonomy. Okay, so it is determined when a plant is collected. Okay, whether the plant is collected, they will what is you say they will check in their database whether it was a new one or an old one. Whatever the plant they collected, suppose I went to an adventure trip. Yeah, there I found some new species of plants. So there, when I take a new plant, I just check with the database of the BSI, that is Botanical Survey of India, whether this plant is available in the server or this is a new plant. That is identification. Okay, getting to know whether it is a new one or an old one, that is identification. So that information where you will get in Botanical Survey of India. Botanical Survey of India. Okay, so this Botanical Survey of India is located in Indian Botanical Garden, Howrah, not Howley, Howrah it is. Okay, Indian Botanical Garden, it is present in Howrah. Howrah, where is Howrah located? In Calcutta. Okay. Okay, so in Calcutta it is located. Okay, it is Howrah. I repeat again, Botanical Survey of India, located in Indian Botanical Gardens, that is present in Howrah, West Bengal state. Okay, and some branches are also present in different parts of India, where also we can find the details of any new plant or the old plants from the database. Okay. So how you are going to identify the plant? You can identify the plant by three methods: direct method, indirect method, modern method. Direct method, indirect method, and modern method. I repeat again: direct method, indirect method, and modern method. So what are these methods? Let's check. Direct method is a method which is comparing the characteristics of the plant, seeing the physical appearance of the plant with the herbariums present in the labs. Okay, so whatever the botanical garden is there, in that herbariums are available. Okay? All the species of the plants herbariums are available. Okay, so in that herbariums, you are directly checking the physical appearance of the you collected plant and the physical appearance of the herbarium plant. That is direct method. You're finding the Xerox copy of the plant. Second method is indirect method. Second method is indirect method, that is with the help of flowers. With the help of flowers, or with the help of some special characteristics, shape of the leaves, shape of the flowers. Okay, so with that, some special characters of the physical appearance of the flower, you are characterizing into which family and which order this plant comes under. Okay, and the last method is by computer punch card, or directly we can say from the database of the computer. Simply we can say database of the computer. Okay, you see what are the characters available by the plant, and that characters you enter into the database of the computer, then directly it shows whether that plant is present or not. That is modern method. Computer is the sophisticated, developed electronic, right? So next is nomenclature. Okay, so in nomenclature, what do you mean by nomenclature? Naming of any organism is called as nomenclature. That you know it. Okay. So whenever you consider about the nomenclature, the names of any plant, each plant or most of the plants, not I cannot say each plant, most of the plants scientific name will be one, but when you compare the local names, that differs from state to state, country to country, and city to city. Okay, from city to city and country to country, state to state, the local names differs. Okay, so that leads to confusion because one person coming from Punjab and asking about the Punjab name in Andhra or Telangana, we don't know the local name of Punjab, so we said we don't know, so he'll get confused. So that what ICBN has done is it has given a name to a organism or to a plant, one scientific name that is a universal name which is same in any city, any state, any country throughout the world. The scientific name is one, irrespective of the local names. Okay, so that naming of the scientific name is called as nomenclature. So there are two proposals of the nomenclatures, that is trinomial nomenclature and binomial nomenclature. What is it? Trinomial nomenclature and binomial nomenclature. What do you mean by this trinomial and binomial is? Binomial, in the name itself you have two, bi means two, means the name has two parts. I take the example, Mas Ali is there. Mas Ali, sorry, his name is Mas Ali Khan. Mas Ali Khan, three parts. So we can say his name is trinomial nomenclature. The name is having three parts. Mas Ali Khan. Take my name, Dilip Chandra. Dilip Chandra. One, two names, two parts. So binomial nomenclature. So like this, the name number of words present in the name of the plant, based upon that they have given into trinomial or binomial nomenclature. But as that is not the simple characterization of the names, take the example binomial nomenclature. So in the binomial nomenclature, whatever the two words I said, in that one word is genus and the second word is species. And in trinomial nomenclature, the third new word is subspecies. Is subspecies. Okay. So the rules and regulation how the names should be was proposed by ICBN. ICBN, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. So this is present in Cambridge. Okay, this is present in Cambridge. So this helps for easy identification of the plant and easy communication with all the people in the world. Okay. So here, this trinomenclature, whatever I discussed now, is first given by Gaspard Bauhin. And binomial nomenclature was mentioned in the book Species Plantarum by Linnaeus. Okay, this Linnaeus has given in Species Plantarum. Later, by seeing the Species Plantarum, all the biologists has been used this binomial nomenclature way of method. Okay. So is it clear? Am I making any sense? If you understand, say yes. Type yes in the chat box if you understood. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, yeah. So according to ICPL, so what are the rules of nomenclature or naming the organism? Every plant should have only one correct scientific name. Okay, every plant should have only one scientific name, that is a universal scientific name, and that must be only in Latinized English. And the binomial nomenclature must follow, binomial nomenclature must be followed. Whatever the name you give, it might be anything, but the name should be in binomial nomenclature. Means the name should have two words. The first part of the word is generic name, and the second part of the name is specific, or we can say it is a species. And coming to the grammar, the generic name is always a noun and species name is always an adjective. The genus name is always a noun, okay, and the species name is always an adjective. Okay, so okay, the name genus is noun and the species name is adjective. Okay, and they should follow the binomial nomenclature. Okay, fine. Next, whatever the names, the genus name and the species name you are giving should be written in capital letters and small letters respectively. That means the genus name should write in capital letter and the species name should write in small letter. That means the first name of the genus should be in capital letter and the first letter of the species must be in small letters. Okay, and when you handwrite a genus name of the species, that must be underlined separately. Means if you are writing a genus, you need to underline genus, you can underline species. Suppose I take the example of Magnifera indica. Okay, so this Magnifera indica is underlined separately. Sorry. So this Magnifera separately, Magnifera indica. Something issue with the PowerPoint. Yes. Okay. So Magnifera indica. Okay. And when they are printed, they will be writing in italic. Well, you know what is the italic slant? That is slant position. The slant position is italic. So when you type in a computer, that not be underlined. Underlining of that words are not required. Okay. And suppose if you are going to write the author name in the species with the species name, then after the species name Magnifera indica, after that we need to write the author name of the species. Say, take the example, Linnaeus has given Magnifera indica. So the abbreviation form of Linnaeus is Lin. So that Lin is written after species. That means the species name is given by uh, Linnaeus. Okay. Suppose if the genus and species name are similar, they're called as tautonyms. You have learned in your botany as well as zoology. Okay. But here one thing you need to remember, Mark, this important thing is tautonymy is not accepted in botany, but tautonymy is accepted in zoology. Remember that. Tautonymy is not accepted in botany nomenclature, but tautonymy is accepted in zoology nomenclature. Okay, so that's the reason a person given the apple name as Malus malus. Actually, the name of the apple is Malus malus, but as Malus malus is a tautonym and that is not accepted in botany, so that the reason that the name is converted to Pyrus malus. The apple scientific name is Pyrus malus. Okay. Okay, so Malus malus is the name of the apple, scientific name of the apple. This scientific name of Malus malus is a tautonym, so that as per botany that is not accepted, so that it has changed into Pyrus malus. And Cajanus cajan is not a tautonym. I say here you see Cajanus cajan. Cajanus spelling is Caganus. Cajan is Cagan only, no US there. So it is not a tautonym. Okay. Spelling variations here. I think. Okay. And I will conclude today's class here. See, this is the way how the hierarchical part of the organism takes place. I'm taking the example of Magnifera indica here. Okay. Magnifera indica hierarchical part we are going to discuss here. When you discuss about the Okay, so we are discussing about the Magnifera indica. You know, this is a familiar mango, right? So about the mango, we are discussing here the division of evolution. So the division of classification is based like this. The higher is plant kingdom, division, subdivision, class, subclass, series, order, family, genus, and the last is species. Species is a unit of classification. Okay, so coming to the classification one by one, we will see fast today as the time is running. The plant kingdom, it belongs to Plantae kingdom. Magnifera comes under division Spermatophyta. Okay, in the subdivision Angiospermia, and the class Dicotyledonid, and the order Sapanidae, family Anacardiaceae. CA means family, EAE means family, like how you have AAC means enzymes, like that. EAE means ending with EA means that belongs to family, and the genus Magnifera and the species Indica. Okay, so this is the hierarchical classification part of Magnifera Indica. By this, we will stop the class for today. Okay, so each specific part of one is called as one taxon. Plant kingdom is one taxon, division is one taxon, subdivision is one taxon. So each level we consider as one taxon. So all these taxons are arranged in an order and say the complete classification or complete taxonomy of taxonomical arrangement of the plant Magnifera indica, right? So this is for today. We will continue for uh, tomorrow. Okay. So if you have any doubts for today's class, just type in the chat box. If you understood, just type yes. Yes, species is indica. There's a printing mistake here. Genus name is Magnifera, species name is indica. So Magnifera indica. Here total name is written. No? Just don't consider the species name as Magnifera. Okay, it is only indica. The species name is only indica. No Magnifera. Okay, and still any doubts, ma? If you have any doubts, just type. Girls, any doubts for today's class? No. Fine. Okay. Fine. Today's no doubts, right? Fine. Let's close for the today's class, and you can find this Pyrus malus is the scientific name of apple. Actually, the scientific name of apple was given as Malus malus, but as the rules of botany, tautonymy is not accepted in botany. So that the reason the name has been changed to Pyrus malus. Okay. So still any doubts? We got 2 more minutes time. Still, if you have any doubts, just discuss. You can type here. Okay, so I hope everyone understood the class. We'll close for today. And these videos you can find on Challenger Junior College channel, YouTube channel. Please subscribe the channel, like it, share it, and subscribe it. So all the new videos you can get it. Okay, or as the videos are uploaded, then you can check out there. Okay, thank you for today. Take care. Wear mask. Sanitize yourself. Take care of your health. Fine. Okay, ma'am. And no class for tomorrow. Okay. Day after tomorrow. I'll okay. Tomorrow there's